is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Quick road trip here in Northern California. The Angels, after losing 2 of 3 to the Houston Astros over the weekend, look to turn things around here in the Bay Area. It's game 1 tonight from the Coliseum against the Oakland Athletics. We welcome you inside the Coliseum and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubica. I'm Victor Rojas. Now, the Angels, of course, have been without Mike Trout over the last couple of days. They did get some good news as far as the hamstring. Hopefully he's back tomorrow. But in the meantime, they need other guys to step up. And one guy in particular, Yunel Escobar, has certainly done that over the last couple of games.
Yeah, Victor, he's getting back to that left field to right field kind of approach, not trying to pull everything. So he's staying in the middle part of the field, and he's hitting the ball hard like he did yesterday. 2 baseballs out of the ballpark, stayed back on the well, hits this one to left center field. Got a pitch just above the belt. Didn't try to pull it down the line. Stayed back, let it travel, and then even the next at bat comes up there and hits a ball to dead center field. Second career 2-home run game. Did the other time back on September 11th when he was with the Tampa Bay Rays. So it's been a while for him. He's not a home run hitter, but he's a guy, when he uses the middle of the field, can be very effective. Last 7 games hitting over 400 for Esky. Hopefully he'll be able to go out there and provide some offense here tonight against a very tough pitcher.
Yeah, you mentioned that batting average over that stretch. That is 5 multi-hit games in those 7 games, so they need to keep that rolling for Yunel Escobar and the Angels if they're going to have a shot against Kendall Graveman, who's on the mound for Oakland. Ricky Nolasco, the opening day starter, on the hill for the Angels. We're just about ready for baseball here in the Coliseum. Sit back, relax, and bring you the lineups of the first pitch when we return. to you by our local Southern California Land Rover retailers. By Jack in the Box, come try the new guacamole and bacon chicken sandwich, only at Jack in the Box. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Back out here at the Coliseum, getting you ready for the first of a 3-game set between the Angels and the Oakland A's. Halos have played good baseball against the A's so far this year, 5-2 through the first 7 games. We'll see if they can keep it going. They will have their hands full with Kendall Graveman on the mound, and with warm-up pitches already being thrown, we'll take a look at the Angels' starting lineup. 16-17 on the season, 5.5 back in the American League West. Yunel Escobar will lead things off. He'll play third. Cole Calhoun in right. Albert Pujols at DH. Luis Valbuena is at first base. Sandro Simmons at shortstop. Cameron Maybin gets a start at center. No Mike Trout once again, still dealing with a hamstring. Ben Revere is in left. Cliff Pennington at second base. Martin Maldonado batting ninth and doing the catching. 26-year-old right-hander native of Alexander City, Alabama. Kendall Graveman's on the mound. This will be his third start against the Angels this year.
Yeah, power fastball 92, 97, slider, cut fastball, and changeup. My go-tos to be successful against Graveman is no need to work counts. Don't look and try to get into fastball counts because you're going to get a fastball against Graveman, and pressure with hit and runs. Very difficult to steal against, very difficult to hit baseballs in the air, so on the ground, hit and runs should be effective.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Athletics tonight. Chris Davis is in left, Jeff Decker is in center, Matt Joyce in right. You've got Plouffe, Rosales, Lowry, and Alonso from third to first, and Vogt behind the plate.
And Lowry's been pretty solid that second base position, getting a lot of playing time there. Just 1 error, 18 double plays turned, 991 fielding percentage, which is tied with Danny Espinosa as far as fielding percentage for second basemen in the American League.
I mentioned this is a third start for Graveman against the Angels. Opening day starter on the third. 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. Did the exact same thing the last time out. As this one misses downstairs as we start this one off. Escobar, 269 average, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Mentioned in the open, 5 multi-hit games over the last 7 games. A little dribbler, left side, Graveman, barehanded, can't handle it. And Escobar will reach.
So used to him covering so much ground. I think that's one of those plays now as a pitcher. Even though you want to be aggressive, Plouffe in that position to field that ball and trying to get the bare hand, and an off-balance throw could not control the baseball. Base hit for Yunel Escobar. Tried to be aggressive going on there, couldn't quite get that baseball under control in the bare hand because you try to field that and then pivot and then throw. Not a wise decision to throw that baseball after you bobble it. Fortunate enough, Alonso got off the base to catch that throw.
So Cole will bat with a man on. 248 batting average, 5 doubles, 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Takes down and in.
Mike Trout in the bench now. Did not take batting practice today. Just even talked to him earlier. He feels it is a good possibility if everything goes well tonight and tomorrow. He'll be in the lineup tomorrow night.
Good news today that he did have an MRI yesterday, and the MRI came out clean. As you said, the hope is that he is all right tomorrow. He can play in this series.
You always are concerned in this ballpark at night, though, when it gets really cool. It's cooled down quite a bit, even from this afternoon during batting practice till here at the start of the game. So that's always a concern for the medical staff and Mike Scioscia when it's dealing with somebody like Mike Trout and the hamstring issue.
2 balls, no strikes on Cole.
Yes.
Quick visit by Vogt.
64 degrees right on the first pitch, so it's dropped quite a bit. Always is cool here at night.
Fouls this one back. Graveman's coming off a tough start. Last time out, that was in Minnesota. Gave up 6 runs on 5 hits, lasting just 3 1/3, his shortest outing of the season. This is his third start since coming off the DL.
Threw a lot more cut fastballs last game as compared to his sinker. And I mentioned he's going to throw a lot of fastballs. Just under 85% of his pitches are fastballs, whether it's a 2-seam or cut fastball.
That's out toward left. Chris Davis is there. 1 down. Escobar remains at first, and Albert will come to the plate.
Like Chris Davis was doing his best.
Now batting.
Ricky Henderson
That was.
impersonation on that fly ball his way.
All he needed to do was tap the glove on the leg.
Remember last time we were here opening week, Ricky Henderson field named after him. There's Ricky. What an impressive career. Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson Field here in Oakland.
Albert takes it tight. Ricky is the greatest of all time.
Yes. Well, there's no questioning that.
Just ask him. 240 average for Albert. 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. 0 for 3 yesterday. Takes a strike to even the count.
Talked a little bit about it in the pregame show as far as the lineup for the Angels against Graveman. Pujols, Valbuena combined .371 batting average against Graveman. So this is where these two hitters right here are looking to do the damage for Mike Scioscia's club.
Albert is swinging a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The interesting thing about that is that Graveman this year, with 3, 4, 5 hitters, the middle part of the order, he's really struggled against them. 585 on base percentage, a 13-13 OPS against the middle part of that order. So the Angels, without Trout, really need to pick it up here. As Albert skies this one out towards center. Not very deep. Decker coming in.
He had a pretty good pitch to do some damage there. Just got underneath it. In my Hyundai key for this game, and speaking of battles against Graveman here today, going a little Skid Row. Slave to the grind. You're going to have to grind out some tough at bats, especially against that power sinker and cut fastball for lefties against him, but that power sinker against righties too inside. So you're going to have to grind out at bats to be successful. Got the shift on now for Valbuena.
Misses inside. Valbuena 4 for 14 with the Angels. 1 RBI. Still looking for that first extra base hit. Lowry's way out at shallow right.
It's almost like a softball game. It's that fourth outfielder.
Yep. That would be the right out position. Ed Hickok's calling the balls and strikes tonight. Chris Conroy at first. Jerry Meals, the crew chief, at second base, and Ron Miaculpa over at third. Downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. 13 pitches for Graveman. Gave up an infield base hit to Escobar to lead off the game, and a couple of fly ball outs since. And that's driven out towards straightaway center field. Decker racing back. He's at the wall, and that is gone. Big fly for Luis Valbuena gives the Angels a 2-0 lead.
Boy, talked about how important 3 and 4 are in this lineup. Valbuena with good career numbers against Graveman. Dead center field, a perfect approach you want to take against Graveman.
Shortstop number 2, Andrelton.
Picking up that first extra base, first home run, fastball, hard of the plate, but knee high. And Valbuena over the 400-foot sign in dead center field, giving the Angels an early 2-0 lead.
Well, there's that first extra base hit. Simmons takes a strike on the inside part of the plate. That'll raise those numbers for Graveman against the middle part of the order.
Again, that's just a perfect swing for Valbuena. What you try to do against a guy with a power sinker, if you try to pull the ball, it'll be ground ball after ground ball. If you stay back and let it travel, dead center field, home run by Luis.
One ball, 2 strikes. Andrelton, 254 batting average. 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs on the season. With Meyer in a little bit of a slump here the last couple of weeks. That ball got him on the wrist. There's a lot of movement on Graveman's pitches, especially in on right-handers.
And you never like when you see one of your hitters get hit in that hand area, especially with this hard power fastball inside. Runs it, drops the elbow. It's like at the right arm. As he's tried to get out of the way of it. Just the second batter Graven has hit this season. Actually looks like he ended up getting that left hand. Adam Neville and Mike Scioscia looking on. Simba able to continue on.
Now batting, center field.
And anytime you're a
number
power
9,
sinker, you drop that
Cameron
wrist
Maybin.
and elbow slightly. That's instead of sinking action, it's lateral action, and it was a firm fastball running in at Simmons. No way to get out of the way of it.
There's Cameron Maybin, 2 outs and a man on. Maybin, starting center fielder, takes down and away. 212 average for Cam. Ended up going 0 for 3 yesterday. Did pick up a stolen base. Chopper left side. Adam Rosales comes in. They force out Simmons for the 3rd out. But the Angels do get 2. One swing of the bat by Luis Valbuena, picks up his first extra base hit, and it's a big one, giving the Angels the early lead.
It's the perfect swing, letting a fastball travel, middle part of the plate, dead center field, 2-run home run, giving the Angels the lead.
Bottom of the 1st inning. Let's take a look at Bob Melvin's starting 9 for the Oakland Athletics, game number 32. They come into this one with a 14-17 mark, just a game back of the Angels. Matt Joyce will lead things off. He'll play right field. Jed Lowry's had a nice season so far. He's at second base. Chris Davison left. Yonder Alonso coming off American League Player of the Week honors. He's at first, a cleanup hitter. Ryan Healy at DH. Stephen Vogt behind the plate. Trevor Plouffe at third. Jeff Decker at center. Adam Rosales batting 9th and playing shortstop. Taking on Ricky Nolasco. 7th start of the season, 2-2 with a 4.68 ERA.
Yeah, and 4-3 in his career versus the Oakland A's, but a solid 3.34 ERA for Ricky. And one thing to keep an eye on when it comes to Ricky Nolasco, for him to be successful, he's got to get back to that lower part of the strike zone with his fastball and have some running action.
Matt Joyce pulls a one-hopper to Valbuena, waves off Nolasco. There's out number 1. Let's check out the Angels on the defensive side of things. Revere on left, Mabins in center, Calhoun at right. The infield with Escobar and Simmons on the left side, Pennington and Valbuena on the right, Maldonado behind the plate.
Pennington getting that start at second base. It'd be pretty solid between Pennington and Espinosa as far as the defensive side for the Angels. Second base, especially with Nolasco and his ability to get some ground balls. Hopefully a lot of action towards Pennington tonight. It's a 6 start in that second base position. It's turn 4 double plays.
Former Oakland Athletic. Jed Lowry takes down and away. Jed Lowry's having a nice season for the A's. 294, 8 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 366 on base percentage for the switch hitter. One ball and strike.
321 against the Angels this season. Overall, just a 250 career hitter, but it's hit the ball well to all fields so far against Angel pitching.
Third base side, long run for Ben Revere into foul territory. He will track it down in the A's bullpen, 2 down.
That was some outstanding closing speed for Ben Revere. I didn't think off the bat that he would have a shot at it. He kept his eye on the baseball and dealing with that bullpen mound. See how far he's got to go. And to keep the eye on the baseball, knowing you're going to go on that incline of a pitcher's mound. And Lowry thinking, okay, there is way too much foul territory in this ballpark. Most ballparks, that is well in the stands.
Not here.
But still, again, to keep your eye on the ball when you're running on flat surface and going up that incline on the mound, very good play by Ben Revere.
And people complained about Towles Hill in Houston forever out in straightaway center field, 430 some feet away.
Yeah,
come on.
Not many of those, but a lot of these here in
these.
Foul territory in the bullpen mounds.
Yep. Chris Davis, 10 home runs, 18 RBIs for Oakland. He's the left fielder. Count even up to the ball and a strike. 250 average for Davis.
Well, he was running that fastball in that late sink to. That's the 2-seam fastball that made Ricky Nolasco so effective last season when he ended up in his last 6 starts 4-2 with a 1.47 ERA. That power hard sinker running down and out of the strike zone.
Third time that Ricky has faced Oakland. 1-1 this year. Down and in.
It's a good try. You know that Davis is looking away. Ran that fastball right back in, a little bit off the plate.
Velasco last outing, 4 runs, 8 hits, 4 and a third. Remember, he had a little calf issue that kind of cramped up on him.
Yeah, he said that really came out of nowhere. He just was reacting on a fly ball. The center started backing up, and then all of a sudden he felt that cramp in his calf. And it really was his push leg, so he wasn't able to get in the proper follow-through motion from that point forward when he had the cramp in that leg.
Through just 73 pitches in that start. Shortest outing at 4 and a third. Full count on Davis with 2 outs. And that's a called strike 3. Alaska with a 1-2-3 shutdown inning. We head to the second with the Angels up 2-0.
in the first inning. It'll be the bottom third of the order here against Kendall Graveman, Revere, Pennington, and Maldonado. Ben at 190. 1 triple, 1 double, 2 runs batted in. Takes a strike. The triple he picked up was in yesterday's game, going 1 for 4. One of a couple of opportunities the Angels had against the Astros the last couple of innings, but just could not capitalize, and it's 0-2. Go back inside. He slices that one inside the bag. Davis into the bullpen, comes up with it, but Revere easily into second with a leadoff double.
That's a pretty good piece of hitting again. He let that baseball travel deep enough, knowing that Graveman was going to try to sneak that back inside again. Even with that little hitch he has in his swing, he was quick enough to be able to slap that ball right down the line. The Angels right back in business with a leadoff double by Ben Revere. He's got the hitch, hands back, let it travel, and then shoots it right down the line for a double. His third double of the season. So good swings so far early on against Graveman.
So those are the ones that kind of chap you a little bit as a pitcher?
Yeah, especially we talked about Graveman having that edge like Kevin Brown, along with that power sinker. He's got a pretty good edge going, so these next few pitches may be thrown pretty hard.
Pennington takes outside. And at worst, you're hoping that Pennington can get something to pull to the right side of the infield. To advance Revere to third base. Cliff hitting 208. No extra base hits this year. 3 runs batted in. 2 pitches outside.
And you can see what Graveman's trying to do. He's trying to stay away. Why does he do that? Because he's trying to get Pennington to hit the ball to the left side of the infield and not allow Ben Revere to advance on and out to that side. Pennington's trying to get something on the inner half to hit a ground ball on the right side of the infield.
3-0. Maldonado on deck. And while Martin, if Pennington should reach here, is having a good start to the season, you would think with Escobar following him that maybe you'd get a sacrifice situation to try to take advantage of it. See if you can add some runs here in the second. Pennington draws the walk on 4 pitches.
Yeah, I think you have to try to, without Trout in your lineup, and Mike Socha is very well aware of this, you're going to have to try to manufacture some more runs.
Halos have also hit into 34 double plays this year, which is not good.
Number 12.
Hey, folks, host a business function to celebrate a special occasion in your own private suite at Angel Stadium. They offer all-inclusive food and beverage packages. For info, just go to angels.com/suites. So Revere leadoff double, stands at second. Pennington with a walk is over at first. Here's Martin Maldonado, 269 average. 4 doubles, a home run, 5 runs batted in. He squares around and bunts it foul.
And these are the little things you have to do against Graveman. And when he gets settled in, we've seen him do that before in the past where he settles in. You got to get him early on before he gets better command of that 2-seamer.
Showing bunt again. This time takes a strike. It's 0-2.
And that's a perfect pitch to be able to get down that bunt, especially if you're looking as a hitter, something on the lower part of the strike zone. Very difficult to get that high fastball down on the grass. That was away. Easy to be able to bunch that one down the first baseline.
And try to bunt once again. He takes outside. Getting the signs from his former manager, Ron Renicky, the Milwaukee Brewers.
See if he's going to square around again. No, not this time.
Takes a called strike 3. 1 down. First strikeout for Graveman. The runners remain at first and second.
Now batting,
He's powered that
third baseman,
four-seam
number
fastball at
0,
94 right
Yumel
on the outside
Escobar.
corner, framed very well by Stephen Vogt behind the plate.
Escobar with an infield base hit and a run score of the first. Outfield straight around for Oakland. Time called by Yumel.
And a lot of times, especially when you have a guy with real good speed at second base and you fail as a team to get him over there with one out, your mindset changes to maybe I'm going to try to steal third base. But Lowry's trying to keep him close. Graveman's quick to the plate. During his look back to second.
0-1.
See, the first time looking back, he looked 2 or 3 times. This time, just once and went to the plate right away.
And you like that for a pitcher.
Yes, you vary that look. It's very difficult to time that as a base runner. And we showed Ricky Henderson earlier, and I remember having a conversation when we were teammates with the Angels. He always said the easiest base for a good base stealer to steal is third, because a lot of pitchers don't vary to look back. You fall into a pattern of just looking once and going home. Well, if you do that, it's easy to steal third.
Some guys don't feel comfortable even spinning around to throw to second base.
Nope.
Escobar hits one back toward the middle. Lowry's got it. And it's going to turn into a double play, and the Angels waste an opportunity. 35th double play they've hit into. They get nothing and still lead it 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. It's a little residual effect here. He's been taken out of the game with Pennington, moves from second to short. As you see Simmons walking away, and then Danny Espinosa takes over at second base. So Danny goes into Simmons' spot in the order.
And that fastball was running in about 94, 95, right on the hand of Andrelton Simmons. Pennington is more normal position, the shortstop position.
Velasco had himself a 1-2-3 first inning. He'll face Alonso, Healy, and Vogt. And he's facing a red-hot hitter in Yonder Alonso, American League Player of the Week last week. 311 average, 9 home runs, 24 runs batted in, and a 386 on-base percentage. And he is feasted on fastballs, Gooby.
Yeah, and he really has made an adjustment. He's a guy that hit a lot of ground balls and put the ball in play. Well, now this season he's creating lift on the baseball, and that's where you see the home run totals, the extra base, and fly balls increasing, as strikeouts for him. But he's got to the point now where he's not thinking of making contact, hitting the ball on the ground. He's thinking about creating lift, and he certainly has done that very well so far this year. 14 extra base hits.
There's the 0-2. Breaking ball just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And I mentioned that fastball feasting on a .938 slugging percentage against fastballs this year. That's deciding to say, you know what, I'm going to look for one pitch in one zone. I'm going to let it fly when I do.
Well, you look at that ground ball percentage this year as compared to last, nearly a 20-point differential as far as percentage of ground ball. So he's trying to drive the ball. And I think that's the conversation the Oakland front office had with him. Okay, we know you can make contact and hit the ball on the ground, but we need you, from a power production standpoint, driving the ball in the air, and that's what he's done very well so far this season.
30-year-old native of Cuba has matched his career high in home runs with 9, which he set with the Padres back in 2012. He's a free agent to be, and has worked the count to full after falling behind, and no balls, 2 strikes. Three-two, got him. Stayed away from him. And Nolasco, pardon me, has picked up his second strikeout.
And as far as the lift and everything, it's also you're seeing the swing and miss percentage go up for Alonso as he's giving up that contact swing more so for the power swing, and that fastball by him on the outer half of the plate. Good pitch by Nolasco to get a swing and miss.
Ryan Healy.
Ryan Healy, the hero in yesterday's game, the walk-off home run. As a matter of fact, the A's have had back-to-back walk-off wins. Rosales had a single that won it for them on Saturday. Healy with the home run off K-Rod, Frankie Rodriguez.
They were the last team to have a walk-off in back-to-back games. Something you've seen a lot over the past with Oakland here. Especially because their bullpen's been pretty strong. Keeps them in games, gives them opportunities to win games late.
Just off the plate.
Healy with some good numbers career-wise against Nolasco. 417, 5 for 12 with a home run.
2-1 pitch. 3-1. 13 extra base hits, 14 RBIs, and a .300 on base percentage for Healy. DHing once again. That's where he spent has spent the majority of his time this year.
And he's got pretty good power to left center to right center too.
That's driven out towards center. He'll stay in the ballpark. Maven back. 2 down.
And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2007 Kia Sorento, Mike Scioscia.
The catcher, number 21.
6 years ago today, picked up his 1,000th career W as the manager for the Angels. Picked up his 1,500th back on April 25th against this Oakland A's ball club. Now has 1,506, 22nd all-time as far as W's as a manager, all with the Angels.
Steven voted to play with 2 outs, and he shows Bont with the shift on, takes it for a strike. Escobar in a couple of steps now because of that. Tough start to the season for Vogt, .205 batting average. He can be streaky at times though if he gets going. Always seems to come up with the big hits, or has come up with big hits late in games against the Angels.
Yeah, pretty good patience. Doesn't chase a lot of pitches out of the strike zone, especially when he's in a pretty good groove. But when he's not, you can expand the strike zone against him.
On the corner.
It's one of those pitches that right there now for Ricky. I don't even think you mess around with anything on the inner half of the plate. You can get back on top of that fastball, run a 2-seam fastball, run it down and away, maybe into a baseball off the outside corner.
Vogt reaching for the off-speed pitch, rolls it foul. Got him swinging. Down goes Vogt. Third strikeout for Nolasco. He's faced 6, and he's retired all 6. 2-0 Halos as we head to the third. Of the first inning. Hey, stay tuned for the Business of Sports, brought to you by Auto Nation, featured in tonight's postgame show. Calhoun, Pujols, Valbuena against Kendall Graveman here to third, who has 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, and 1 home run allowed. Cole hit a fly ball to left in the first, so he's 0 for 1. By the way, Andrelton Simmons removed from the game with left hand and right thumb contusion. We'll provide more information to you as we get it.
Yeah, that's what we thought. It looked like originally thought the right hand, but it was also the left thumb also. Talk about that movement. You can see that movement on his fastball for Graveman. Again, when he drops that elbow at all, it runs laterally if you're going to run away from a left-handed batter, but will run right in on a right-handed batter, and that's exactly what happened to Andrelton Simmons from Graveman.
Shift on with Cole at the plate. 1-1, jammed him. 1-2. Let's go back and take a look at the hit by pitch in the first.
Well, you can hear that sound. There's no way, especially when it's running in at you as a right-handed batter, you can't get out of the way of it.
And Andrelton's not one of those guys that keeps the front side closed as he strides. He's opening up.
So it's running right at him. He's locked in. There's no way he's getting out of the way of that.
Cole goes down swinging to start the third. Second strikeout for Graveman.
That was a power sinker there from Graveman against Cole Calhoun. Stays on top of that one well. Runs that one down and away.
Albert, a fly ball to center. His first at bat just got underneath one.
That's a cut fastball there from Graveman. When you look at how many, the percentage-wise, the fastballs thrown for Graveman this season, again, going back to that 84.8% of his pitches, fastballs.
This is lined into center field. So that was a missile.
So you just sit back, even though it's a firm one with movement, line it up the middle. That's pretty good sound off the bat.
I tell you what, Gooby, you're feeling pretty good if you're Kendall Graveman after throwing a couple of pitches to get ahead. And then all of a sudden, you think you're going to sneak one by Albert and hits a rocket back up the middle. His reaction was priceless, by the way.
Yeah, thrown and then right back up the middle.
That's Graveman. Oh, my bad.
Especially when you're a pitcher, when you release the baseball, you're about 50 feet away and it's firm, it drifts out over the plate, and then Albert lines it back up the middle with that sound. Yeah, you're just hoping that it makes it to the outfield. changeup from Graveman. When you add in the cut fastball and his two-seam fastball, 95% of his pitches are fastballs or forms of fastballs. Just a slider he'll throw and a changeup. 5% total off-speed pitches for Graveman.
And doesn't waste any time.
No.
He is right on the mound, goes right after you.
Doesn't try to trick you, and why would you when you have that type of movement? There's certain pitchers that can throw fastball after fastball, even though you have all those scouting reports, you know where his tendencies are as far as running the fastball away against a lefty or in against a righty. Look at that percentage. Since 2003, I mean, Bartolo Colon throws a lot of them himself, Lance Lynn, but Graveman right in that mix as far as fastball after fastball.
10-game winner last year in 31 starts with Oakland. Lost 11. 4.11 ERA. It's part of the package that came over from Toronto, the Josh Donaldson deal.
Well, you look at that list again, Bartolo Colon, all the fastballs he throws. And at this point in his career, or even the last 4 or 5 years when you think about Bartolo Colon, it's not a power fastball, but he can spot that fastball inside and out. Nearly 89% when you look back last year for Bartolo Colon, 86% right around now, all fastballs. He'll run that fastball at the hip of a left-handed batter and bring it back and catch that corner with the best of them. And then he'll throw that ball on the outside part of the plate and run it off the outside corner against the lefty.
2-2 pitch. Valbuena skies went out toward left center field. Slicing toward Chris Davis.
He had another pretty good swing against Graveman, just got underneath that one. Homered in the first inning.
Two outs.
Two-run home run.
Number 3, Danny Espinosa.
So Espinosa will come to the plate. This will be his first plate appearance. 147 batting average overall. 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in.
I'll tell you what, his batting practice today, now it's much more difficult. Obviously, when you're facing somebody like Graveman, it was about as good as I've seen in a long time.
He is mired in a very tough stretch right now. 0 for his last 27. Did pick up a walk yesterday, going 0 for 2.
And you look at the percentage of fastballs thrown, and he starts them off with a changeup. He was sitting and gearing up for that fastball down, got a changeup instead. Now we've seen, and you look at Stephen Vogt, he's looking at his wrist. He has probably looking at certain counts, what's the best one pitch to go against Espinosa on this count. We've seen a lot of pitchers try to go upstairs with a fastball.
That's been a trouble spot for Danny this year. 1-2.
And as a hitter, especially with his swing, you see Vogt, he has that on his wrist. You see that a lot for quarterbacks in football. Vogt with that on his wrist to be able to look at this, will get a little information, just refresh himself as far as what he wants to go after a hitter with.
And Espinosa goes down swinging. And the Angels are done here in the third. Right to the bottom of the inning, still 2-0 Halos. By Hyundai. The world didn't need another hybrid. It needed a better hybrid. Introducing the 2017 Ioniq from Hyundai. Better drives us. Halos up 2-0, courtesy of the Valbuena home run of the first inning as we begin the bottom of the third. Ricky Nolasco has faced 6 batters. He's retired all 6 and has picked up 3 strikeouts, so he'll get Plouffe, Decker, and Rosales here in the third inning. Trying to bunt his way on it. Plouffe rolls it foul.
And Escobar playing deep at third. Not a bad idea for Plouffe, who does have good power himself. But Escobar not buying that. He's going to stay back. He's going to take a couple steps in, but I'm sure as soon as that pitch is being ready to throw, he'll start working his way back.
No balls, 2 strikes. Plouffe, the third baseman, at 204 with 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. Breaking ball. Got a good feel for that little slider.
Yeah, he's staying on top of that very well. He's mixing a couple knuckle curves in the game and a couple split finger fastballs. It's a pretty good feel for that 2-seamer running back on the outside corner. Didn't get that call. A little bit off the plate. Maldonado tried to bring that one back and get the call, but it was just about a baseball and a half off the corner.
Chopper to third, Escobar. He's got it, but it's a foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. Plouffe fouls it at the plate.
That's that knuckle curveball. 74-mile-an-hour curveball from Nolasco. Well, when you talk about and hear the terminology knuckle curve, you have the one knuckle and then you have your index finger on the baseball to create that break, but you have that knuckle on top to take something off the pitch.
Full count. Jeff Decker on deck. Pretty good hack by Plouffe on a fastball over the heart of the plate.
Might not be a bad time to try that slider going down and away.
This one out toward left, not very deep. Pennington's going out. Revere comes in. Cliff gets called off, or at least looked like he got called off, and ending up at second base is Plouffe. Gooby, unless Revere said something, Pennington threw his right hand up as if to tell Revere, I got it.
And he was playing deep, and when you call for it as an infielder, until you're called off at the end, it didn't look like Revere was calling him off. Ends up falling in, ends up being a double instead of being a routine out. See him calling for the baseball, and Revere stopped. He never called back for that. Calling for it, and ends up being a hit.
An unfortunate hit.
And now at one point did Ben Revere call for that baseball. Especially when you see as an outfielder coming in, you're playing deep, you see an infielder calling for it, you just stay out of the way. You don't want to get close because you can hear that as an infielder.
Decker drag butt towards second. Espinosa gloves it with his glove, flips it over to Balbuena for round number 1. The sacrifice moves Plouffe over to third. Again, that shouldn't be a sacrifice. That was a bunt for a base hit.
Yeah.
At least an attempt.
Shortstop, number 16.
It's one of those unfortunate things too. Now you have Plouffe at third base on a routine, should be out. It ends up being a double out of it. Then Nolasco with 3 strikeouts so far in this game. We'd like to get a punch out now or a pop up in the infield.
Rosales hunting fastball, gets a breaking ball. Shortstop, 260 with a couple of home runs, 10 RBIs. Pretty much every day shortstop with Marcus Semien on the disabled list.
And he's always been a very good high fastball hitter.
It's another breaking ball.
Third 0-2 count of the game for Nolasco.
Oh, no lingering effects from the calf today. He's coming right after these guys. Now it's the third start against Oakland, so he's got the scouting report pretty much down. Plouffe over at third base. 0-2. Rosales lays off.
And he almost went after it. I'd still go back to a slider again.
One-two pitch. Got him looking. Down goes Rosales, 2 down.
That's all on Martin Maldonado, what he did behind the plate. We talked about that pitch presentation. Well, he went out and got that pitch and gave the illusion as if this is going to catch the corner. I think it's a little bit off the corner, but framed very well by Maldonado to get the call. Credit Maldonado on that one. Still a very good pitch from Ricky Nolasco. Some work to do now, though.
Matt Joyce grounded out his first time up to Valbuena.
See those numbers been hot of late. Good career numbers against Nolasco coming into the game. 5 for 15, now 5 for 16 against him. Pretty good life on the fastball, and he's feeling good with that right now for Nolasco. Mentioned, talked about it, Victor. He looks comfortable at this moment on the mound. Calf doesn't seem to be an issue now.
Joyce hits one out to right field. Cole moving over, should do it. And there's the third out. So the double stranded at third base. 3 in the books. Halos up 2-0. The fans in attendance receive a Trout MVP season bobblehead courtesy of Pechanga Resort. It's the first of a series of 3. For more info, just go to angels.com/promotions. Top of the 4th, 2-0 Angels. Maben, Revere, and Pennington here against Kendall Graveman. Maben hit into a fielder's choice that ended the first, so he's 0 for 1.
You really like to see Cameron just get back and using that lower part of his body to drive a baseball. Not just using all hands, just use the lower body also. Trying to stay back, use that lower part of his body to drive the ball up the middle, hit that barrel of the bat on that hard fastball from Graveman.
One down.
Fielding his position very well. It's something we saw for Graveman. It's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay back in Anaheim on the 27th. Fields his position well. Perfect job as far as getting the rundown. Tags Ben Revere and then tags Cliff Pennington. An unassisted double play on a tough ground ball to start with, but very agile and a very good fielding pitcher for Kendall Graveman.
Revere sliced a double down the left field line in the second inning, was stranded at second. He's 1 for 1. This one down the left field line, slicing out of play. No balls, 2 strikes.
And as a pitcher, you would think, okay, with that little hitch that Ben Revere has in his swing, you're going to try to stay that fastball in, but his fastball, Graveman, doesn't stay true that often. He don't throw a 4-seam as much, so it's going to dip down. They're going to go back inside again.
This time they tied him up.
You would think that's where you have to try to get Ben Revere. That's why he was able to get a double that first at bat, stayed back and shot that ball down the line. This time inside, cut fastball.
Strikeout number 4 for Graveman to go with 1 walk, 1 hit batter.
Staying in, and that cutter down and in. Hit a swing and miss. Although that's the pitch where Ben Revere tries to turn on as a pitch in the lower half like that. That cutter had a lot of action to it.
Ground ball to first. Graveman with an easy 1, 2, 3, 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Halos still up 2-0.
Around the majors, Cody Bellinger, what a start he's had to his big league career. NL Player of the Week, 9 for 21 with 3 home runs, 12 RBI, and 8 runs scored. Amazing power, quick swing, really filled in well, and then Yonder Alonso, the AL Player of the Week, 409 batting average with 5 home runs, 10 RBI. AL Player of the Week, Alonso, has been driving the ball very well all season, especially this week.
He's due up third against Ricky Nolasco here in this 4th inning. Angels up by the score of 2-0. Lowry, Davis, and Yonder Alonso for Bob Melvin's Oakland A's.
Bellinger's like 2nd week in the majors. He was hitting 4th tonight for the Dodgers.
Lowry hits one out to deep right field. Playable. Nope. It's going to be off the top of the wall, and that's a home run just above the yellow stripe. And Jet Lowry hits his 3rd home run of the season, and Oakland gets on the board. It's 2-1 Angels.
The 10th home run allowed this season for Ricky Nolasco. 3rd home run for Jet Lowry. That's that splitter that stayed middle part of the plate and just above that wall, above that yellow line for a home run. Cutting that lead for the Angels at 2-1 now. Not unusual for Chris Davis to be aggressive on the first pitch. Very good those first 12 games. Has struggled the last 19 though, but it's still big time power threat if you make a mistake.
Wanted appeal and did not go. Davis struck out looking down the first. Check swing. That time he went around. No help needed by the home plate umpire at Hickox. One ball, 2 strikes, 4 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits allowed for Ricky. Called strike 3, got him with a breaking ball.
Boy, between the slider and knuckle curve has been very effective with good downward action on that pitch. Chris Davis didn't like that call. Second time he struck out in this game. And there's no way you could ever hit that baseball.
Nope.
Especially when you look at the end results, a little bit off the outside corner. But if you're around there long enough, especially with your breaking ball, you're going to get some of those calls, even though it's not in the strike zone.
Off the plate, Alonso struck out swinging in the second. Two 2-0 on the way. That's on the corner, 2-1. Alonso didn't like it. Clearly, a lot of people complaining on the strike zone. Of the 5 strikeouts tonight for Nolasco, 3 have been looking.
He's really worked very well on the outside corner, both the lefties with his fastball and away against righties with his breaking ball.
Three-1, ground ball. Espinosa shallow right field. Throws out Alonso, 2 down.
That's good power arm that Espinosa has.
The designated hitter,
an outfield grasp.
number 25,
have enough
Healy.
on that throw to get Alonso at first base. And getting Alonso to hit the ball on the ground, which he hasn't done as much this season.
Ryan Healy up with the bases clear. Hit a fly ball to center field in the second. Breaking ball in there. Leadoff home run for Jed Lowry to get the A's on the board here in the fourth. Breaking ball, he did go around.
Knuckle curve, very good one. Good try on that pitch. It's been called quite a bit.
Yeah.
I try it again. Again, if you hit that baseball as a hitter, it's only going to be a flare the other way. Now, if it drifts over the plate, it becomes dangerous, but you got to take that shot again.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And he got him. Chased out of the zone. So Ricky settles down. Gives up the leadoff home run. A's trailing 2-1 as we head to the 5th. Electrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Handles up 2-1 as we start the 5th. A beautiful, cool night here in Oakland. 3-game series, 2-night games and a day game on a Wednesday before the Angels return back home for a 7-game homestand. Tigers in town for 4, White Sox for 3. And then it's a long roadie after that to wrap up the month of May. Martin Maldonado leading things off. He struck out looking in the second. He's 0 for 1.
Well, we talked about not allowing Graveman to settle down. Now, the last couple of innings after that missed opportunity in the second inning, starting to settle down now.
Leadoff double by Revere to walk by Pennington on 4 pitches to start the second, but got nothing out of it. Maldonado unable to get the sacrifice, and then Escobar grounded into his 7th double play this year to end the inning. Two-one. Chopper left side. Rosales to the backhand. 1 down. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Hey, a little update on Andrelton Simmons, by the way. X-rays on his right thumb and left hand came back negative for fracture. he is, as we all are, considered day to day.
Well, that's good news, though.
Yep, no doubt.
Especially that heavy fastball that Graveman throws. Speaking of fastballs, when you look how many percentages of fastballs, we talked about that earlier, but overall in baseball this season, fastball percentage is down. About the 55%. Back even if you look back in 2015, 56, it had been, as far as percentage of fastballs, in the 60s there for a while. Lowest level since about 2003 as far as fastball percentage. You're seeing more home runs hit, so now pitchers are relying more on breaking balls to get swing and misses, very similar to what you saw the runs scored in 2003.
Rosales again. 2 down.
Now you wonder, with all the percentages of off-speed pitches, whether curves or sliders, and you're seeing a lot more pitchers going on the disabled list. Is it because of that, or is it because of pitchers just overthrowing pitches at this point? You're just really, it's so difficult to have an explanation as to why so many key pitchers are going on the disabled list, but it's certainly at a high level.
Plenty of conspiracy theories out there as to why guys are breaking down, especially pitchers.
But the crazy thing, even though fastball percentage down, fastball velocity overall is up. I still think it comes down to it's the art of pitching. I think John Smoltz talks about it a lot and says it best. I mean, the art of pitching, setting up hitters, taking a little bit off the fastball instead of trying to throw as hard as you could possibly throw every pitch, whether it's a fastball or even a breaking ball.
Well, you could thank the radar gun in stadiums for guys wanting to crank things up. Plus now that was maybe at the start or towards the end of your career, the whole radar gun thing. Now with the advent of StatCast, pitch effects, everything going on, you see every pitch, velo,
and a love affair for
yep.
the strikeout.
Yep.
For both, and hitters don't seem to mind a strikeout, but the pitchers love that ability to get a strikeout.
1-2 count on Cole.
Look at that.
Right
That's
there.
a cut fastball, a little over 91 miles per hour. Basically, a cutter for me still is a hard slider. So you're throwing a slider as hard as you can throw.
Cole reaching for one out toward right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. A 2-out knock for Cole. His first hit of the game, so he's 1 for 3. And he keeps the inning alive for Albert to come up.
And Albert lined a shot right back up the middle
The
on a
designated
fastball
hitter,
from Graveman, his
number
last
5,
at bat.
Albert Pujols.
2857th career hit for Albert Pujols with that third inning single.
He's 142 hits away from the magical 3,000 mark. And his 5 home runs away from the magical 600 home run mark. And Albert, when he gets in those grooves as far as the home run ball, get to that 600 mark in a hurry once he gets in that groove where he drives the ball in the air.
This is pulled past the diving Trevor Plouffe into left field. Cole's going to stop right there. So 2 on, 2 outs. Albert with a multi-hit game.
That's a good decision by Cole to stay. Reason why, with Valbuena coming to the plate. Now let's take a look at our top-tier play brought to you by Arco in the first inning against Graveman for Valbuena. Fastball was down but middle and to dead center field, a 2-run home run for Luis Valbuena. Talked about how well Pujols and Luis have hit against Graveman so far. 3 hits combined. An opportunity to score some runs here with Luis Valbuena at the plate now.
Two-run home run for Valbuena in the first inning. A fly ball to left to third. So back-to-back 2-out hits for the Angels. Looking for Valbuena to make Graveman pay here. And that's out towards center, just off the end of the bat. Decker breaks back. Now it comes in, and the Angels leave 2 more on base. 1 to the bottom of the 5th. Halo still up 2-1.
moment. Back on this date, 1968, Catfish Hunter threw a perfect game here in Oakland against the Minnesota Twins at 11 punch-outs. Also went 3 for 4 with 3 RBI at the plate. You talk about a total game. And in that lineup for the Twins that night, you had Carew, Killebrew, Tovar, and Oliva in that lineup. Yet, perfect game for Catfish Hunter with 11 punchies. You talk about a guy who could pitch. You talk both sides of the plate, work quickly, threw a lot of strikes. Great Catfish Hunter.
I was looking at some of the this state and A's history as well. Along with that note, the Chief Bender one is pretty good too. His vote is behind the count at 0-2. 1906, pitcher Chief Bender got put in a game in left field and then hit 2 inside the park home runs against the Boston Pilgrims.
Told you they were best athletes.
Yeah, that was easy. Vote goes down swinging, 1 down. That's a pretty good day.
Yeah.
You think you're not playing, you're a pitcher, you're going to have the day off. Hey, you know what?
Third baseman.
I'm going to go play left.
Number 3.
Meanwhile,
Trevor
I'm 2 inside the park home runs.
Inside the park home runs.
But keep in mind, back then, some of those ballparks were forever.
Yes. Center field about 460 to 480 range.
At least. But you've seen a couple of, I don't know, just kind of odd swings tonight from A's hitters against Nolasco. Even Vogt on that last pitch, he struck out on Plouffe here to start this at-bat.
They're almost guessing along with Rick and Nolasco, looking at some of the data, what pitches he will throw in certain counts, and they're guessing wrong so far.
That's driven out to center. That's hit well. That is not a bad swing at all, and this game is tied at 2. Second home run allowed by Ricky Nolasco, the 11th of the season, and it's a 2-2 game.
And just as you have him guessing, well, he sits and got a mistake pitch. See the reaction by Ricky on that one. It's Plouffe's 5th home run of the season. Right down the heart of the plate. After an odd swing on a fastball that was about letter high, this is just above the belt, middle of the plate, and Plouffe did not miss it. And just by the camera crew out there in center field.
Decker flipping one out to shallow left center field. Revere coming on, dives, and he got it. Ben Revere with a terrific diving catch, robbing Jeff Decker of a base hit.
Well, he's made a couple outstanding plays. We talk about closing speed, the great route that Ben Revere took. Over the years, watching him making plays in center field, here tonight in left field, well, left center field on this one. Full extension on the dive. What a play by Ben Revere. Head is still, times the leap perfectly to catch that ball before it hits that outfield grass. And Ricky Nolasco liking that play. 2 really good plays tonight by Ben Revere.
Adam Rosales ripping one down the left field line. That was one of the few hanging breaking balls over the heart of the plate. And Nolasco's delivered. It's a 2-out double for Rosales. So he's on board and in scoring position for the top of the order, Matt Joyce.
Now batting, right fielder, number 23, Matt Joyce.
Joyce 0 for 2. Grounded out of the first and a fly ball to Calhoun in the third. 2-2 game. 2 solo home runs for Oakland. We now have 41 home runs hit on the season. They came into play today, 4th in the American League in that category as a team. Joyce, did he go around? He did. 0-1.
In the normal, another tight, close game between these 2 teams. We're playing some close games way back, even starting back at 2002.
Ground ball to second. Espinosa comes in. Inning over. Solo home run by Trevor Plouffe, his second hit of the night. Ties this one up as we head to the 6th inning. 2-2 game. For the Angels, Albert Pujols with a couple of singles. Luis Valbuena with a 2-run home run, and that's all the Angels have gotten as far as runs are concerned. 6 total hits against Kendall Graveman, but have not been able to score anything since that first inning home run by Luis. Here's Danny Espinosa to lead things off for the 6th. That'll be followed by Maben and then Revere. First one sails outside.
Shift on against Espinosa. A lot of room on that left side of the infield. Stay back, let it travel, hit that 2-seamer to that side of the infield.
This is driven out towards center field. Decker giving chase, still going back on the track, leaps up and he makes the catch. Almost looked for a second there, Gooby, that he was going to stumble. Ball was going to stay in the yard regardless, but he was able to kind of ride himself and make the catch.
That was a good swing from Danny Espinosa, too, driving that ball to center field and Decker going back on it and anticipating the wall being a little bit closer with that jump up there, but almost mistimed that and stumbled into the wall, was able to control the baseball and hold on. That ball was hit like that on Wednesday. That's gone. Nighttime here, cold. Not a lot of carry to center field unless you square it up.
And this one pulled towards short. Rosales has it. 2 down.
And now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Ben Revere, we talked about his defensive plays today. This one right here, closing speed, the angle he took, and the timing of the leap. What a play by Ben Revere, showing those athletic skills, those defensive skills. Pick it up, Ricky Velasco by Ben Revere.
Double and a strikeout for Revere.
And you see him trying to stay inside against Ben Revere. Although down and in, Ben Revere could do some damage. A lot of room in right field if he's able to turn on one. Almost looked like that toward the top of the catcher's mitt away from Stephen Vogt. He's checking it.
This is slapped down the left field line again. Into the bullpen. It'll hang up there, and Revere is on board with his second double of the night.
And you're seeing as Ben Revere is getting more and more playing time, he's getting more consistent with his swing. Very difficult for him to play once or twice a week, especially with the swing he has and that timing mechanism. Staying back, lines that one right down the line again for a double. in scoring position for Cliff Pennington.
I remember when the Blue Jays were in town a couple weeks ago, talking with Buck Martinez and Pat Tabler about Revere, that when they first got him in that trade, I think it was from Philadelphia a couple years ago, first 10 games he was awful. Couldn't hit anything. It was out, roll over to second base. But then all of a sudden it just clicked and it took off, and it was just a matter of getting the timing, the at-bats, facing new pitching, new league.
Well, when you look at his swing, how it's pretty complex when you think about it. Tapping the elbows together, then the little hitch, and then through the baseball. You have to have your timing right to make good contact.
Nice dig by Vogt. 2 balls, no strikes on Pennington. Halos tonight, 0 for 3 so far with men in scoring position.
Going back to my Hyundai key for this game, slave to the grind, going to try to grind out a run after that good at bat by Ben Revere. Now Pennington in a good hitter's count, 2-0, to try to get that lead back with a base hit into the outfield. Changeup, 2-0 changeup. Tells you Graveman's more content going after Maldonado than he is challenging Pennington to a fastball there on a 2-0 count.
.30 pitch, and Pennington's hacking.
And on a changeup.
3-1.
A few more changeups than normal tonight for Graveman.
Revere with a 2-out double, stands in scoring position. That's a strike that was nowhere near the strike zone. That was way off the plate. Full count.
See this fastball off the corner by about a baseball and a half. You saw that throughout this game for both sides, though.
Yep. And a fastball right down the pipe. Pennington takes it looking, and the Angels leave a man in scoring position. Way to the bottom of the 6th inning, still tied at 2.
The majors, one of the best defensive plays you'll see all season long. Jose Ramirez thinks he has at least a double and an RBI, but Kevin Pillar, what a play. Full extension on the dive over his head, a la Jimmy Edmonds back in the day for the Angels. Stroman stunned by that play by Superman in center.
We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Want to celebrate Mother's Day with the Angels on May 14th. Of course, that's coming up on Sunday. The Tigers are in town. First 20,000 adults in attendance receive a Mother's Day flower vase courtesy of Fox Sports West. For info, go to angels.com/promotions. So the Angels leave another man in scoring position. Ricky Nolasco back to work. He's going to face Lowry, Davis, and Alonso. Seems like these guys are up every inning. Lowry led off the fourth with a home run that got the A's on the board. Third of the season, 7th run batted in. And he was trying to untie this game. He got a pitch right over the heart of the plate, too.
Usually a guy that you would think he used to look for some pitches, work counts. We've seen him pretty aggressive this year early. I think you're seeing that around baseball, that old working counts, trying to get starters out of games. I think that's gone now. A lot more hitters aggressive, which it should be. Your best pitch you may have during a sequence, maybe the first pitch of that at bat.
Ground ball toward the middle. Pennington was shading that way. One down. Well, I think he also had the evolution of the bullpens, those arms. Starters, managers shortening games because of the bullpens. They figured, you know what? He's going to be out of the game anyway by the time the 6th rolls around, maybe the 3rd at bat. Might as well go hack it here if I got something to try.
And you're dealing with guys out of the bullpen that seem to be the minimum 98 to 100 miles an hour. You might have a better chance against a starter than you would out of the bullpen now.
Davis has struck out looking twice. He'll swing through the first one. If he gets rung up here a 3rd time, he might have some choice words for Ed Hickox.
But if I'm Nolasco, I'm not throwing a strike.
No.
You got to go right back out there again. Because you can see his swing, those front hip is opening up. He's got that one part of the plate covered, and that's the inside part of the plate. Middle in.
Almost got him to chase it. Halos with 2 runs on 7 hits.
And you'll see right away when Maldonado's just going to set up away. You see a kind of an open stance to begin with, and he opens up that front hip when he's going to swing. You're doing him a favor if you go anything inside. Looks like they're going to try inside.
And they got him upstairs.
Wow. Break a ball away and runs a fastball, and I think that's all too because Maldonado set that target upstairs. And if for Ricky Nolasco, if you're going to go inside, you're going to miss off the plate in, and that's exactly what he did. And he also got the swing.
Down to Alonso 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out, takes outside. Good off-speed pitch and him out in front. That's in there, 1-2. Shift on with Alonso at the plate.
Little splitter that overthrown for Nolasco. What you'll notice when Maldonado was given the signs in this ballpark, I always had a tough time myself be able to see the signs. You see little stickers on the fingernails of Maldonado to give Nolasco a better opportunity to see what pitch he wants to put down. Gonna go a little 2-seam fastball going down and away.
Got him. Foul tipped into the mitt. Nolasco has himself a 1-2-3 6th. We head to the 7th inning, still tied at 2. Yankees take a swing at Joey Votto, the Cincinnati Reds. I hope they didn't literally take a swing at him. That's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific on FS1, unless we've got a new MMA, UFC type thing going on.
Well, then you don't want to mess around with Aaron.
That was the wrong guy you want there.
You try to avoid him.
Down.
Hey, he had the day off today, but he should be in that lineup tomorrow night.
Taking a swing at
He's
Joey
taking a
Votto.
swing at Joey Votto.
Oh, the 7th inning, we're tied at 2.
He needed the rest. Votto with a home run tonight, by the way, so he was swinging the bat well.
I read that, and all of a sudden Dana White's interested in that game.
Why wouldn't he?
9-1-2, Maldonado, Escobar, and Calhoun against Kendall Graveman. Maldonado driving one out toward right center field. Decker moves over. One pitch, one out to start the 7th. Martin is 0 for 3.
It hit well, but right at Decker. Fastball was middle away, hit well.
Yunel
Right
Escobar,
at the center fielder.
third base.
Evens up the count. Escobar with a single, a double play ball, and a ground out. 1 for 3 as Ryan Madsen begins to loosen. Back up the middle, under the glove, but Lowry's there to the backhand. 2 down. Nice play by the A's second baseman.
Yeah, he's been much better defensively at second this season. Better range
Number
for
56,
Lowry.
Cole
Talking about he's hit the
Calhoun.
ball well. Swing
Right
right
here.
back up the middle. I anticipate that ground ball in the backhand. Quick throw over to get Escobar first. Much more range than we've seen in the past from Jay Lowry at second base.
Down and in. Cole 1 for 3, had a single in his last at bat. On the corner. Pujols on deck. 2-1 pitch. Dribbler goes foul.
Another changeup.
It's been effective for him.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if you get to that next level too, he doesn't necessarily have to throw a lot of breaking balls. He throws his cutter. There's his changeup to go along with that 2-seam fastball he has.
If Cole gets on here, this might be his last batter with Madsen ready to go. Pujols on deck. Albert 1 for 20 in his career against Madsen.
Especially consider how well Albert has swung the bat against Graveman tonight and throughout his career. Albert 10 for 25 against Graveman.
Two-two. Foul back. Halos with 2 runs in the first. Oakland. Solo home run by Lowry in the 4th. Solo home run by Plouffe in the 5th to tie things up. And that's where we stand now.
You see throughout this sequence for Graveman, all the pitches have been either below or at that lower part of the strike zone. That one elevated enough where a mistake pitch. And hopefully Cole's looking for one of those again so we can do some damage and drive the ball. An extra base type swing for Cole Calhoun. All those pitches down, change-ups, and 2-seamers. Bob Melvin looking on. You're right, Victor. I think consider the swings Albert has had against Graveman as compared to Matson. If he gets on Cole, Graveman will be probably pulled at this point. 94th pitches, 95th coming up.
Got him upstairs. The Angels are down in order. Stretch time here in Oakland. Still tied at 2. Hey folks, MLB.com at bat, #1 mobile app for live Angel baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Angels home screen icons and app features as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, statcast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Healy, Vogt, and Plouffe to face Ricky Nolasco in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Boy, 9 strikeouts in the game for Ricky. No walks.
Healy 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a punch out. Two balls, no strikes. First time Ricky's had at least 9 strikeouts in the game since April of last year as a member of the Twins, and that was against the Cleveland Indians. His career high, 16 strikeouts back in 2009 at Atlanta. As a member of the Florida Marlins. Caught the inside corner, 2-1. Healy grounds this one left side. Pennington's got it. Low throw, and they got him on the one hopper.
Good scoop there by Valbuena at first base. Long throw across the diamond for Pennington. Scooped up well by Luis. He's showing everybody in the dugout. Yeah, that's how you pick it.
Number 21, Stephen Vogt.
He certainly enjoys the game, Valbuena. Deep in the hole for Pennington. a long throw, short hop. Although you'll take one of those when it starts on the grass, that hop. It's like the old Davey Concepcion, that one hopper on the AstroTurf in Cincinnati over the years.
Stephen Vogt twice has struck out tonight. He'll take a breaking ball for a strike.
Big slow knuckle curve at 72, so pretty good differential in the speeds thrown tonight by Nolasco also. Fastball's been 92, 93 range. Always the chance out there, they believe in Stephen Vogt.
One ball, one strike. Small crowd tonight, 10,000, just over 10,000. But Vogt is so in between right now. I mean, all season he has struggled, but tonight against Nolasco, again, that's another one of those weird hacks. Looking for something, getting something else.
Yeah, when you're struggling, you're up there. You end up being a guest type hitter, and that's what he's at right now. And what you're trying to do if you're Nolasco is keep him guessing and not allow him to get that swing path through a guessed well pitch and drive it.
He shoots one out to left field. A 2-2 pitch. The A's have the potential go-ahead run on board with one out of Trevor Plouffe coming to the plate.
Stayed back on that one well. Guessed well. Get a base hit. Trevor Plouffe has had a solid game. He got a double and a home run. Walking up to little Pink Floyd, his walk-up song.
Now batting, third baseman, Trevor Plouffe.
Two-hit game for Plouffe. Double and a home run as Blake Parker begins to loosen.
Plouffe is a guy you could get a ground ball double play with. He's already rolled into 8 of them this season. But he's shown good power though, especially with that swing he had to center field tonight.
And Bota got out in a hurry, went a long way. Two balls and no strikes.
Dangerous count now for Nolasco against Plouffe. That's a great location though.
Wow.
You talk about painting a corner. If he makes contact at all, that'll be ground ball at an infielder for his 9th double play of the season, more than likely.
And again, looking off speed, gets something running on the hands at 92 miles per hour. Lodge in the netting. Short lead at first base for Vogt. 2-2.
Pretty good sink to that fastball. Could have been called a strike. Well, they went across the plate. It's a pretty good pitch. Well, you wonder if he'll be going 3-2 here. It's not.
And he got him swinging. Strikeout number 10 for Ricky. 2 outs.
Especially after that pitch before it was so close to the strike
Center
zone. He
fielder,
came back with a slider
number
going down
37,
and away. Gets a swing and miss. Real good pitch by Nolasco.
Deck of the DH, 0 for 1. Sack bunt in the third, a fly ball left the fifth. That was that ball that Revere ended up diving for and robbing Decker of a single.
2 really good plays in the outfield tonight by Ben Revere. So far in this game, as compared to what we've seen for the most part this whole season for Ricky Nolasco, a lot more fly balls than ground balls, but that's not the case today. He has 10 strikeouts, it's 3 fly ball outs. He's got some ground ball outs, more like Ricky Nolasco we saw in the month of September last season.
1-1.
6 ground ball outs for Ricky. .93.
Big swing. 1-2. 100 pitches now for Nolasco. He threw 103 in his last start against Houston. Out of the dirt. Nice block by Maldonado. Vote's not going anywhere. 2-2.
Not an easy baseball to block either for Maldonado. A hard slider in the dirt. Wanted to make sure he got on top of this one. Snapped it well in front of the plate, but blocked perfectly by Maldonado. No advancement for Vogt. Gave up the body to keep that baseball in front. Gives you a lot of confidence if you're a pitcher when you have a catcher able to block that pitch like that in front of the plate. Gives you that confidence to go right back with another slider if you want to and potentially bounce it again.
Tried to backdoor that one. Full count. Vogt's going to get a head start from first.
Well, if you're Ricky Nolasco right now, this is your mindset is I have to make a perfect pitch. I need to get this batter out. If not, it's a walk or even a base hit. Mike Scioscia may indeed go down to the bullpen there, and your night is over as far as potentially picking up a W.
Vogt's on the move. 3-2, pulled to first. Valbuena's got it. 7 complete here at the Coliseum. A terrific outing for Ricky Nolasco as we head to the 8th. We're tied at 2.
are tied at 2 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Always seems to be a close one here at the Coliseum. I'm Alex Curry, and make sure you stick around after the game for the Angels Live post-game show. Jose Mota will join me down here on the field. Take a look at Ricky Nolasco's night. Again, solid outing, 10 strikeouts, but once again, it's the long ball that keeps haunting him. Andrelton Simmons left the game, got x-rays, they came back negative, luckily. But guys, hopefully we'll hear from both Andrelton Simmons and Mike Scioscia, getting an update from him after the game.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Ryan Madsen takes over on the mound. This will be his 14th game, 0-2 record, a 1.59 ERA. Taking over for Kendall Graveman, who went 7 strong innings after giving up the 2 runs in the first of the Valbuena blast. Albert 2 for 3 tonight, 2 singles. We mentioned last half inning, or last time the Angels were up, his struggles against Ryan Madsen in his career. 1 for 20.
So he's due.
That one hit was a double. Was that the double that he hit here down the left field line, and then is that when he had the foot problem?
I thought that was the time.
Right around
Yes.
that time, right?
Yes.
Plantar fasciitis. Breaking ball in there. 1-2.
Well, the thing about Madsen is, as you can see, that good curveball he has. Fastball still pretty firm, 92 to the 96 range, and he plus changeup. And he's not afraid to throw that changeup to right-handed batters. Graveman, another solid effort. Talked about how you had to get him early. Scored a couple runs in the first, had a chance in the second, but after that, settled down.
7 innings, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. Albert goes down, swinging on the off-speed pitch, 1 down.
That real
Luis
good changeup
Valbuena.
again. That's not afraid to throw it to a right-handed batter. He's throwing some quality ones to Albert Pujols. That great arm action. You would think the way he's thrown, it's a fastball, but down and in.
Valbuena 1 for 3 with that home run he hit in the first inning. His first extra base hit as an Angel.
He's had a walk-off home run against Madsen when he's with the Astros. Back on July 8th of 2016, a 3-run walk-off home run.
Yeah, just 1 for 2 in his career against the veteran righty. 2 balls and no strikes. Espinosa on deck. If you weren't with us earlier, Andrelton Simmons hit by a pitch in the first inning, and then came out of the game as the Angels took the field in the bottom of the second. X-rays were negative.
I think Valbuena would love that fastball in that same spot that Madsen threw the pitch before.
On the corner.
With a changeup, just a good feel for that pitch for Madsen.
This is fouled back.
Late swing on a fastball after a changeup the pitch before.
David Hernandez getting ready. He'll pitch the bottom of the 8th. Slow roller, and Lowry has to come charging in. 2 down. Here comes Espinosa to the plate.
Danny Espinosa, second base.
Real good swing. His last at bat drove Decker all the way to the warning track at center field.
I thought it was going to be the one that snapped the over for Danny.
2 for 3 in his career versus Matson, though, for Espinosa.
Pushes a bunt, foul.
Remember, had that big 3-run home run in the 9th inning to go ahead. 3-run home run for Espinosa here in the beginning part of the season. First hit as an Angel.
That was off reliever Ryan Dull. Oh, 1 now. Danny laid on the fastball, 0-2. That would set up the off-speed pitch now. A's in the bottom of the 8th. We'll have 9-1-2 coming up to face Hernandez.
Going upstairs.
And he got him. Halo's down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still tied at 2. On Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Go the distance with 84 mpg and a 566 total driving range. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to Mercury Insurance to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by Hyundai, there's no better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com. Cool night here in the Bay Area. The Angels and the Athletics once again in a tight ball game, 2-2 as we start the bottom of the 8th inning as David Hernandez takes over on the hill. For Ricky Nolasco, this will be his 8th game. 1 earned run in 6 2/3 innings. 7 strikeouts, no walks for David. First one's up and away. It's Adam Rosales, Matt Joyce, Judd Lowry for Oakland here in their half of the 8th inning.
Two pitches, almost the exact same spot, just a little bit off the outside corner.
Two and one. Three balls and a strike.
Very unusual to see Adam Rosales patient. Gonna be up there hacking.
There you go. Out to right. Cole moving over. One down.
An all-important first out late in the game.
Now batting, right fielder, number 23, Matt Joyce.
Matt Joyce tonight 0 for 3. 2 ground ball outs and a fly ball to right. Torres came in batting 195 with 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs on the year. No Rajay Davis in the lineup, so Joyce gets the lead-off job as this one's out towards center. It's going to stay in the yard as Maven's there. 2 down. Big part of the yard.
That's what you always try to do over the years in this ballpark, even with the center field now.
Second baseman, number 8,
Davis
Jed
center
Lowry.
field put in here. That the ball still doesn't carry well here at night. It used to be even worse when it was open air back there, where you didn't have to worry necessarily about the carry at all. The middle part of the field, just throw the ball down the middle, then hit it there, and no matter how strong you are, it was difficult to get it out of there.
So 2 outs, nobody on, and here's Jed Lowry. He's 1 for 3. He homered in the 4th off of Nolasco. Nolasco, by the way, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 of which were home runs. 10 strikeouts, no walks, 2 runs earned.
An outstanding effort, really.
Yeah.
Great stuff throughout the whole game.
First time he's had at least 10 strikeouts with no walks in a game since August 18th of 2009.
And on a cool night, there was no residual at all from that calf. Little strain he had that last time out. It's
almost like he had a little giddy up on him.
good fastball. He was throwing 93.
Santiago Casilla getting ready for the 9th. Good off-speed pitch, 1-2.
After this 3-game set for the Angels against the A's, it ended a long stretch against AL West opponents, Tigers and White Sox. And the Angels to get home at the Big A with this little brief road trip here to Oakland.
Lowry rips one foul.
Line to just foul. Play by the ball boy down the line. Had it no doubt. Get some love down there for protecting the guys in the bullpen.
Lowry takes a called strike 3. He knew it. Hernandez with a 1-2 3/8. We head to the 9th. The Angels will have Maven to lead things off in a 2-2 game. He's tied at 2 in the opening game of this 3-game set. Santiago Casilla takes over on the mound for Ryan Madsen, who had himself a perfect 1-2-3 eighth inning. A couple of strikeouts. Casilla, even 3 ERA with 5 saves. He's blown one, 1-1 record on the season. And he'll get Maven, Revere, and Pennington, 6, 7, and 8 for the Angels.
Looking for Cameron this to drive something right here. Look for some pitch to do some damage.
Cam hitless, 0 for 3. Fielder's choice. Bouncer to the mound and a ground ball to short.
You can see his fastball is 92 to 96 range. He'll throw a slider, curveball, which you saw there, and a changeup.
Two balls, 1 strike.
But can get wild. Try to bring him in the strike zone. You got to get on base, but if you get a pitch to drive, that's an opportunity, that moment for Cameron Maben to do some damage and utilize that speed.
Off the plate, 3-1. Maben just 1 for 12 in his career against Casilla. So far, the most at bats against the right-hander, any Angel. Full count.
Ben Revere's had a solid game, 2 doubles on deck. Now the thought process changes now for Maben. Now you're just trying to shorten up that swing and make contact and get on base any way you can.
And Maben goes down swinging for the first down.
Challenges with a fastball, pretty close to the heart of the plate, and gets it by him. Belt high.
Ben Revere, left field.
Bud Norris, Deolis Guerra getting ready. Couple of doubles for Ben and a strikeout. 2 for 3. Back up the middle and through the 5-hole of Casilla. 3-hit game for Ben Revere.
What a swing for Ben throughout this entire game. 2 doubles down the left field line. This line drive right back up the middle.
Number 7, Cliff Pennington.
Stayed back on that one well. Yeah, right in the 5-hole. Ducks could use a few of those on Wednesday night. Game 7 at home. Right back up the middle.
First 3-hit game for Revere since last September.
Good speed. Good opportunity for me, for Ben Revere. I think he's got to try to steal. Talked about how well the Angels have played and scored in the 9th inning. 20 outs scored the opponent 26-8. So 26 runs, most in the majors in the 9th inning.
Good lead for Revere at first. Doesn't go, and Pennington takes a fastball right down the pipe. Cliff walked into second, grounded out of the 4th, struck out looking in the 6th.
Casillas allowed 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts.
Typical closer.
Yep.
Doesn't care about the base runners, right?
I think you got to go now for sure. Well, there's a potential of a pitch out on an 0-1 count.
He's on the move, and Pennington swings at a pitch. It wasn't a strike.
You look out throughout his career, he's allowed 49 stolen bases in 59 attempts, so you could steal on him. Revere had a big jump there also. Big lead once again. And with a move like that, that's a long throwing motion over the first base. I think he can get a little bit more, and I think that's exactly what Alfredo Griffin's telling him. Might be able to get a little bit bigger lead. Looks like he does have just a little bit bigger lead this time around, although not easy to go on an 0-2 pitch.
Both sets up outside. Revere doesn't go, and Pennington flips one out the left field. It's going to hang up for Davis, though. 2 outs.
Number 12, Martin Maldonado, catcher.
Gotta believe Ben Revere's going on the first pitch here. And you might see Bob Melvin putting a pitch out on the first pitch.
Maldonado for 3, a strikeout, ground down the fly ball to center. He drops the ball on the third base side. Plouffe barehands it. Maldonado is thrown out for the 3rd out. Interesting decision there as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning in a 2-2 game.
In the 9th, and Oakland Saturday night had not had a walk-off all season long until that at bat by Adam Rosales scores the walk-off victory against the Detroit Tigers, but not to be outdone the very next day, yesterday, Ryan Healy walks off. So back-to-back walk-off wins for Oakland after not doing that at all beginning part of the season.
Number 2,
It's Deolis Guerra on the mound for the Angels here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Guerra pitching in his 8th game since being called back up to the big leagues. 2-1 record, 5.19 ERA, 2/3 innings, 11 strikeouts, and 5 walks. He gets the heart of the order. Chris Davis, Yonder Alonso, Ryan Healy. The hope is that Guerra's got the off speed working against the Thunder in the middle part of this order. Davis takes inside. He was ready to turn and burn. Chris Davis tonight 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Guerra falls behind here at 2-0.
All of a sudden you have a hitter at the plate who's struggling. He's had a tough game, but he's going to sit on the pitch right now with a lot of power, so you have to be really careful with this pitch if you're Guerra. It's a pretty healthy hack at a changeup.
Two-one offering. Davis is swinging a miss.
Challenging with a fastball at 92. Generally that part of the plate where Davis is very effective on. I don't think he was trying to go the other way on that swing.
Full count. Yonder Alonso on deck. So far tonight, this part of the order, 0 for 9. All of that against Ricky Nolasco, who had 10 strikeouts, no walks in his 7 innings of work. Davis, a leadoff man here in the 9th inning of a 2-2 game. Payoff pitch. And he calls strike 3. Down goes Davis.
That might be it for Davis right now. He's not going to be real happy going back to that dugout.
4th strikeout of the night for Davis. 1 down.
3rd looking.
Now batting,
High fastball.
number 17, Yonder.
Again, another one of those pitches that didn't appear to be in the strike zone.
Base.
But the Guerra will take it. Bob Melvin not real happy about it.
Alonso looks at a strike.
That's a real good changeup by Guerra. Sold that one well. Good arm motion.
It's a 5th 4-strikeout game in Chris Davis's career. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alonso 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Shift on with Espinosa out at shallow right.
Upper part of the strike zone on that all-speed pitch from Guerra.
Off the end of the bat, broke it too. Escobar's got it. 2 down.
Great spot on that pitch too, all speed from Guerra. Gets out the AL Player of the
The
Week.
designated hitter, number 25, Ryan Healy.
Ryan Healy 0 for 3 with a fly ball to center, a strikeout, a ground out. Garrett trying to get the Angels into extra innings. Top of the order coming up, due up anyway, as Healy takes down and away.
Indeed, that happens. That'll be the 6th extra inning game already this season for the Angels.
Just the 2nd for Oakland.
A little slider from Guerra.
Liam Hendricks getting ready for the Athletics in their bullpen. And that's out toward left field. Revere moving back on the track. He's at the wall, makes the catch. And no back-to-back game magic for Ryan Healy as the A's are down in order in the 9th. Free baseball here in Oakland. We're tied at 2.
Summary up here in Oakland early on. The Angels with a 2-run lead with that 2-run home run by Luis Balbuena with a 400-foot sign off of Kendall Graveman. Jed Lowry jumping on the first pitch cuts that lead to 2-1 just over that right center field wall. And then Trevor Plouffe to left center field, well out, tied it up at 2, and that's exactly where we're at. Well pitched game by both sides tonight.
Third base.
2-2 game here in the 10th. Liam Hendricks takes over on the mound. Hendricks, no record of 4.26 ERA. This will be his 13th game. 15 strikeouts, 4 walks in 12 and 2/3 innings. Escobar, Calhoun, Pujols for the Angels here in the 10th.
Yeah, Hendricks' fastball is 92-97. Slider throws quite a few of those. A curveball and changeup.
You're now 1 for 4. Takes off the plate. And it's 2-0. His only hit was an infield base hit back in the first inning. He's now 0 for 10 in his career against Hendricks. Native of Perth, Australia. Originally with the Minnesota Twins. And as a starter. Bouncer. Rosales has it on 2 hops. 1 down.
That's straight over the top throw from shortstop by Rosales. Gets Escobar at first.
Cole Calhoun. Right
So here's Cole with the bases clear. He's 3 for 6 in his career against Hendricks with a double. Picked up a single back in the 5th. Angels with 8 hits, the A's with 5.
Pujols on deck is 3 for 7 against Hendricks. So 2 hitters back-to-back had success against him. Number 2 for 4 in the game.
Cole drives one out to center field. Hit well. Decker going back near the wall will make the catch. Just hit it to the wrong part of the ballpark. Gave it a ride, but it is out number 2.
Yeah, you can't hit a baseball any harder. And again, at night here, especially this time of the night, you got to hit it down the lines. Dead center field, hit well. That's a home run earlier in the game for sure, but caught at the wall at this point of the game. Well hit by Cole.
Here's Albert.
What if Albert's just going to look first pitch fastball? See if he can get something up in the air and drive it down the line.
1-0. 2 for 4 tonight with a couple of singles.
That's the pitch for Albert if he's going to be able to hit that one out to left field down the line, inner half of the plate.
Wonder if that swing bothered Albert a little bit there. Kind of seems to be stretching.
He didn't look comfortable after that. Mike Scioscia was looking on and making sure that Albert taking a long time to get in the batter's box.
Unless he's just messing with Liam Hendricks.
Trying to bring him inside again. Albert could do that with the best of them.
1-2.
We saw that the other day where it was a pitch up and in, or the inside part of the plate, and he looked like he was guessing away, but he brought that next pitch right back in. He had a healthy hack, fouled it straight back against the Astros.
There's the 1-2. Albert drives this one out to center field. Decker has to race back, still going back, and he will track this one down at the wall. So Albert gave it a ride, as did Cole, but the Angels get nothing out of it. We hit to the bottom of the 10th, still tied at 2. Albert Pujols giving it a ride to the wrong part of the ballpark.
Yeah, that baseball was scalded by him
They
again.
both were.
A little uncomfortable earlier than that at bat. Certainly came back with a good swing. Wrong time of the night here in this yard.
Stephen Vogt 1 for 3. Dale Esguerra had a 1-2-3 ninth inning, including a strikeout against Vogt, Plouffe, and Decker in the A's half of the 10th. One ball, one strike. Bouncer over the mound. Pennington's got it. One down.
Good off-speed pitch. Got him to chase that one. Rolled over. Pennington gets that first out.
Vogt 1 for 4 tonight. Going to bring up Plouffe, who's had a 2 for 3
Third
game with a
baseman.
double and a home run.
Number 3, Trevor Plouffe.
No action in either bullpen. So Hendricks would come back out for the 11th. Oh, 2.
And you're sitting at home, you're thinking, oh, you saw Mike Trout in the dugout earlier today. Mike Soch said he would try to avoid that. But Bob Melvin always has to be nervous about the fact that Trout is still around. Here he is.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Never makes you feel comfortable as an opposing manager, just in case Mike Trout would come up to pinch hit.
This one's out toward right center field. May have been back a couple of steps. 2 out. Bring up Decker.
Center fielder, number 37.
Decker, the center fielder, had a sac bunt in the 3rd inning. Fly ball to left in the 5th and a ground out in the 7th. If you weren't with us a couple of weeks ago when the A's were in town, you see Jeff's name is J-A-F-F, named after his uncle who had his birth certificate misspelled. So they carried it over. You got a Jeff, J-A-F-F, a Ryan, R-Y-O-N, and a Chris with K-H-R-I-S.
Trying to keep you guessing.
Yeah, I like it. Ball and a strike. Velasco's 7 shutout innings. David Hernandez a shutout 8th. Guerra trying to finish off his 2nd. Two and 1.
Yeah, David Hernandez done a real nice job since coming over to the Angels. Some high leverage situations he's been put in.
Been around a while, pitched a lot of major league innings. Halo's getting him from the Atlanta Braves.
Good changeup from Guerra.
Two balls, two strikes, and two outs. Breaks his bat, lofts one out to right. Cole puts it away. 6 up, 6 down for Deolis Gurriel. We head to the 11th. Still tied at 2. The Angels will have Valbuena, Espinosa, and Maben coming up, and this is what Luis Valbuena did back in the first, a 2-run blast. But the 2 runs the Angels got, that's all they've gotten today.
That's not easy to hit a home run off of Graveman, especially to center field, but that part of the game and that early in the night, baseball was carrying well. Last inning, Cole Calhoun and Albert Pujols crushed balls to center field. They were run down at the wall by Decker.
One for 4 with that home run. RBIs, second and third RBIs of the season for Valbuena. He'll take a strike, shift on. Lowry's way out in shallow right. Hendricks with a 1-2-3 10th. This is lined out to shallow center field. Decker's going to play that on a hop. He was playing so deep.
That's the key. Hit it in front of him. The ball was not going to carry, but he's playing so deep, trying to avoid a double. Falls right in front.
Pitch runner.
Danny Espinosa.
Jeffrey Marte.
Second base.
He's going to take over for Valbuena. Anticipate a sacrifice here, correct?
Yeah, you would think so if you're going to put a pinch runner in.
And Espinosa tonight 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to center.
A lot of times you throw over just to see if the batter will square around the bunt. That's by design by the manager.
Pinch running for the Angels. Number 19, Jeffrey Marte.
Bluefin on the grass at third. Espinosa pops it up. 1 out.
And with both third and first crashing, no one at first base. Well, that baseball caught by Hendricks.
Center fielder.
Almost like Danny was trying to
Number
bunt
9,
for a hit,
Cameron Maben.
right? To try
Trying
drag
to-
bunt it.
Yeah, he was doing that a lot. I saw him in batting practice today. It's almost like he was trying to pop that one over the pitcher's head.
One out, Marte still at first. Cameron Maben, who's 0 for 4. Maben 0 for 2 in his career against Hendricks. One and one. Balbuena leadoff single. Marte the pinch runner at first. Ben Revere on deck. He's had a 3-hit game.
Marte's probably thinking this is the most throws over I've ever had at first base.
Yep.
Not a real big lead.
One and two.
Is choking up on the bat right now, trying to make some contact. I think if the count was different, if it was 2-1 with 1 out, I think Mike Scioscia would have put a hit and run on. It still looks like that swing for Cameron is just all with arms and upper body. Hasn't been able to use that lower part of his body as much as he would like.
Another 2-2 on the way. Maben just got a piece of it. Again, that's a perfect example of what you were just talking about. Everything is all upper body.
Yes. I mean, it didn't have anything as far as momentum going with the lower part of his body. It was all with hands.
Almost as if it's like a hitter just looking for one pitch on the inside part of the plate. They're going to try to pitch him in here. That might have just been for show.
A lot of times you'll set up in and then throw over, and then you're going to go right back away.
This is hit towards short. Bobbled by Rosales.
Huge
That
break.
is fortunate for the Angels. As Cameron Maben would have been the 8th time this year he's grounded into a double play to lead the team. Instead, it's an error on Rosales. That ball looked like it came up and hit him in the face.
Yeah, it looked like it off the glove and hit him in the face. That's a double
Left
play
fielder.
ball because it was hit hard.
Revere.
Yeah, it looked like it hit off the glove and off the, at the very least, the neck, shoulder, and then face area. Big opportunity now for the Angels, the hottest hitter in the game. 3-hit game for Ben Revere. Batting average up now over 220, 226.
2 doubles, a single, and a strikeout for Revere, getting the start out and left.
Chris Davis playing very shallow in left. Decker still deep in center. Joyce pretty deep in right.
Ground ball toward the middle. Rosales diving, flips it to Lowry. That's the only play they get. Marte rounds third and stays there. Nice play by Rosales to keep the ball in the infield.
After that tough play, double play ball that he made the mistake with, nice play there by Rosales to get there and get that force out. Ben Revere was looking for his 4th hit of the game. Nice play by Rosales. Good comeback play after that tough one the play before. It's an opportunity at some point during this at bat. I think you're going to see the Angels try to steal a run, a potential double steal here. Try to draw that throw to second, although they might not even throw through the second. They might allow him to steal the base.
0-1 count on Pennington, who's 0 for 3 with a walk.
I think you go right now if you're Ben Revere. Try to draw the throw to second.
Marte at third. Revere at first. He's on the move. Swing and a miss. Pennington not even close to that fastball. It's 0-2.
3rd stolen base of the season for Ben Revere. We thought not going to make that throw. More likely he's going to see another high fastball, you would think, from Hendricks against Pennington.
2 for 6 in his career against Hendricks. Upstairs.
So keep in mind 3 wild pitches for Hendricks this season. That's why you're seeing fastballs here, even though you would think you'd try a breaking ball.
Pennington hits one out toward left. Davis back a couple of steps is there. And the Angels will leave 2 more in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 11th. Looks like Bud Norris. Nope, maybe Dale Oscuri coming back out. Still tied at 2. TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go, presented by Carl's Jr. Download the app and take Fox Sports West and Angels baseball with you wherever you go. Dale Oscuri has worked 2 scoreless innings thus far. And we'll get 9-1 and 2 here in the bottom of the 11th. Harris faced 6 batters. He's retired all 6, picking up 1 strikeout. Rosales, Joyce, and Lowry. Fastball in for a strike. Rosales tonight a double into the left field corner. A strike down, the fly ball to right.
So far, very efficient with his pitches for Guerra. It's that fastball by Rosales, who's trying to walk off with that swing. Matt Joyce is almost in the batter's box as he's looking on.
Can you get 2 outs?
That on-deck circle is just a suggestion. That's all that is.
Just like the coach's box on the lines or down the lines.
Yeah, we don't see anybody there either. This is anywhere near that vicinity.
Two. Rosales fouls it back.
I always think of Bob Gibson and Don Drysdale when you see someone that close behind you in the so-called on-deck circle.
They would come down toward the home plate area and say something to that person.
Suggest go back over there, otherwise you might not want to come to the plate against me.
Rosales skies one out toward left center. It's playable for Revere. 1 down.
And usual, Adam Rosales sprinting around regardless. Fly ball.
Right fielder, number 23.
Tell me the stories about Gibson hollering at guys in the batter's box. Step in there and start digging in. He'd come down the mound and say, "Keep digging, because that's where I'm going to bury you."
And he would. He had that amazing intimidation factor working for him, along with outstanding stuff.
Joyce takes down at it. A's right fielder's 0 for 4. A couple of fly ball outs, 2 ground outs. Jeffrey Marte, of course, stays in the game at first. Pinch ran for Valbuena. Two and 0. Bottom of the 11th, tied at 2. Halos got 2 in the first. Oakland with solo home runs in the 4th and 5th by Lowry and Plouffe respectively to tie things up. That's where we've been since. 2-1. Just caught the corner.
Pretty good take on that changeup. Thought he would come with that pitch after a fastball away. And Joyce did not chase that one.
Joyce, a swing and a miss. Fastball down and away.
And late on it. No contact made.
Joyce hits one out toward right center field, not deep. Espinosa going out. Calhoun, Maben calls everybody off. 2 down.
Second baseman.
One of those fly
Number
balls
8,
where all
Chad
three,
Lowry.
as far as second baseman and the right fielder and center fielder all converging in the same spot. But as center fielder, you're the quarterback of the defense. calling it. Able to make that play, second out.
Jed Lowry 1 for 4 with a home run back in the 4th inning. That is out to deep right field, and Lowry has won it for the Oakland A's. A walk-off home run, the 3rd straight walk-off win for the Oakland A's.
Gillis-Garrett has not made many mistakes at all in this game today. Very well located pitches throughout, but that one made a mistake. Change-up, sped up the bat. Jed Lowry, and he hits it out, and as Oakland walks off yet again.
3-2 the final as the Angels drop the opening game of this 3-game set. 3 solo home runs for the A's tonight, 2 off the bat of Jed Lowry, Gooby.
And if you're going to hit one out, it's going to have to be pulled like that, especially on an off-speed pitch. Got the barrel of the bat on that and drives it out for Oakland. And it's our Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. 2 home run performance. Walk-off variety, 3 straight walk-offs for the Oakland A's on that swing by Jed Lowry.
Yeah, back-to-back games with walk-off home runs. They had the single by Rosales on Saturday. A tough loss for the Angels. A well-pitched game by Ricky Nolasco. Nothing to show for it. 3-2 the final. A's win it in 11 innings. Stick around. Angels Live post-game with Alex Curry. Jose Mota is coming up next.